Greetings, peoples. So today we're gonna work on, I guess, the next section of our interplanetary vehicle. I don't think we've come up with a name for it yet. So currently we're just calling it the IPV Untitled Spacecraft. So no, we need a utility module for storing the fuel our lander requires, and some quantity of power, of electricity storage, and also like material storage, and a docking port, and yeah, docking port, and what else? Oh yes, and a airlock. Jeez, I'm slipping. Anyway, so we're gonna base it off of, and also definitely we want fuel storage for the lander. Gonna base it off the core, somewhat off of the LF tanker, as want a, and I guess also a fair quantity of reaction wheels for oh, hello again. Glad to see you back. Actually, we'll just open up the That's not ideal. Anyway, so we want, typically the way I do this is I have one of these. Service airlock goes on one side. Then telescoping docking port goes on the other. So something like that. And pull them in. To the degree it should be. Oop. This guy. Something like that. Okay. Then yeah, then we need some quantity of electricity storage. Top of that. Ooh. Don't actually have the 2.5-meter battery. Well, let's put a cargo storage unit here. Then on top of that, some reaction wheels. Put them down here. Then this is the utility module for my interplanetary spacecraft, which I haven't decided on the name yet, so I'm going with Untitled Spacecraft for now, and we can rename it later. And so it's gonna essentially be storage and, well, mostly a fuel tank for our lander. So yeah, have some. What do you suggest? Because previous playthroughs I had like the IPV Ares and the IPV Intrepid. What do you suggest? Okay, I'll stick that in my IPV name ideas thing. Might make a poll at some point. Okay, that's saved. Okay. So then in here we can put some quantity of, well, let's stick the fuel tank on the, well, actually before we do that, we want to check the Duna lander and see how much KSP, I mean, I'm assuming there's multiple ones. I'm in the the r/KSP Discord. Yeah. Anyway, how much does this by itself possess? 457 and 558. Okay. I'm gonna note this down. Well, I actually need to note down one of them because it's the ratio. Because it's all the tanks have the same ratio. Sure. So liquid fuel. Okay. So one of these has well, actually, how much delta V did lander have without 1,400? And the Duna requires Duna needs 1450 to go down, and well, so we can do on our current Lander. Ooh, I think I forgot on the lander. Current lander we can we can drop down, do a few hops, then come back up. So possibly do some biome hopping. But I want to allow multiple trips in this. All the thinking of margins and stuff. Anyway. Forgot, I probably want to stick parachutes on this. Right? Trying to think of good places to put them. I know. Okay. Oop. Then 2 times symmetry. Oop. How fast is that going to have us be descending to largest radial mounts? Problem is we have the ladder there, so there's real estate up here is not real estate up here is at premium, and I want to keep it symmetrical. We can relocate the antenna, so I can do this. And to 1. Antenna goes here now. Ta-da! Okay. Let's see. True, the utility module. We want to store. How much does this store? Has multiples of 457. So if we want 3 trips worth, we need 3. Want 3 trips worth, we need this much storage. I want to keep it a bit wider than that, so about At this. Do we? Where is that tank? Ooh, yeah, I want that tank, probably. Bit more science for that. We can kind of approximate it. It's gonna require a bit more fiddling to achieve, though. I want to essentially widen this out a bit. Oh, hey, this. Right here, this one. As just the quantity we want, pretty much. Actually, no, it has another extra, like, 300. What if we do something like... this? Want a bit more than that. Perfect. But this is even wider, actually. Why am I so indecisive? Ooh. Further, we also need clearance because need clearance, because we're going to be bringing in the fuel tanker. Okay, yeah, that's enough clearance. Should be fine. I'll just go the long route. Like, physically long. Okay. And then we can shorten the craft by going 3.75 meters on the actual main fuel tank for the engines. For the main URI. Now, we would really want to shove this lower and also put stuff in there. We have enough spacing to bring in the tanker, I think. Say, open IPV Untitled Spacecraft overall stack. Oop. Save. Inflate that. Open. Bring this in. Root. That. We'll want to flip the docking ports over, but yeah, we have plenty of clearance. Definitely. Plenty of clearance. Well, a few meters, but that's plenty for our purposes. So we want to spin this around. There. And then also handle RCS stuff. This we will send up empty. We want RCS tanks. To handle the to store fuel for the landy bits. To move this down, just pop this in. Okay. Cool. So we also want some quantity of storage. Take care of by putting things in that hole in the center. So that's enough, and then on top of that we put a probe core. On for some reason it wants to mount it like that. There, okay. Then in there we want more reaction wheels. Boom. Okay. And now RCS bits. That on. Ooh, and lights. Utility, illuminators. tweak the angles in the overall stack. Ah, I know where we want to put that. Perfect. Then here. Some lights. That should illuminate whatever's coming to dock. What else do we want here? The actual RCS bits. Show up here. Put some of these. One of these. Oh, no, I'll just put these. Then anywhere RCS ports. We probably actually want to stick some on here. Good. Of course. Block the lights. Ah, I know. Okay. I have a plan. When it's full, we're going to have a problem, but it's not going to be full when we're doing this. It's not going to be a problem. Then here, we put one of these. Well, we should have 8 kilonewtons in each direction. Very good. Very good. Okay. Way of generating power. Oh, also, want an antenna on this. And sixes should nicely. Okay. Utility module is here. Ooh, important. We want to be able to dump fuel. Yeah, it's called the drain valve. We want to be able to dump fuel so that we don't have to carry it back. With us. Okay. So pull open the overall stack. Tear this off. Put in the new utility module. There. Ooh. Probably want to keep the RCS system balanced. So, nah, it'll just be extra parts. We're going to be rotating it via reaction wheel anyway. It's going to be quite slow to rotate, but that's fine. Ooh, I have to go take care of something. I'll be right back. I should probably remember to pause the recording while I do things like that when I go to standby. Ooh, another thing I am unsure is actually working. I quote installed CloudBot. I switched it on, but I am unsure if it's actually working. So, I'm gonna try something. Okay, it is working. Huh. Then why is this? Ah, I know why it isn't doing that. Okay. Cool. Anyway. We have the overall stack. Yeah, that's what we can do. We can put on some big RCS thrusters to big RCS thrusters that will handle the actual rotation. Ooh, okay, that definitely sounds like a problem. That definitely sounds like a problem. Anyway, I think that's the utility module. Good. Now to I mean, really here should be where we're going to put the here should be where we're going to put the stuff that's in here. Yeah. Yeah, no, put them in here. Okay. Is there a way to pick up multiple? Ah, alt-click, okay. Okay. Cool. Now we reroute it to this thing, pull this off. Up. Don't pick these up. As soon as this has anything in it, it's gonna down. Okay, cool. Then save this as Untitled Spacecraft. Utility module. Save, overwrite, open, load overall stack. Open, load the hab. I mean, all I can really say is, that's rough, dude. Anyway. What do you mean the containers can be changed in flight? Like you can pick them up, put them down and stuff? I think the KAS containers can do that too. Anyway. And the module, merge, reroute that there. It's here. Wait. Left. Overall back. I mean, can't you do that with any container? Like, take things out and put things in? Oh, you mean like these things? Like these things. Except I guess also allowing fuel and stuff. Ah. That definitely sounds useful. Okay. Two. Space route to this thing. Now plop that there. Pull off the rest of the rocket. Yeah, that definitely sounds useful. Okay. So, way. Here, the next module is the well, not necessarily the drive, but the fuel section. So, with this empty and carrying the Duna lander, well, the Duna lander is empty here. But full there. Oh, hello, Retro. Let's see, you could stop by. Very cool. Okay. Pull these in. Okay. With the overall stack, and the Cherenkov engine, and this being in its own stage. Okay. So, let's do the adding up of what delta V we want totally. Yeah. Oh, Retro, do you have any ideas for this interplanetary spacecraft? For the name? Currently I'm just calling it Untitled Spacecraft, but I want a better name. Need from low Kerbal orbit, I'll say. We want 950 plus 130 to get an intercept plus 250 plus 60 to get to low Duna orbit, plus say another 360 to get, plus 30 to get, no, plus 180 to get to Ike orbit, plus another 180 plus another 30 plus another 250 plus another 360 plus another 250 plus another 130 plus another 950 to get then down back to Duna orbit, then back up, then back to Kerbin. Gives us, let's margin ourselves. I mean, we could refuel at Duna, well, at Ike. We're going to refuel a bit at Ike, so we don't need quite as much. Let's budget like 4.5. Technically, I'd say 5 kilometers per second we'd want in total. If we want to have margins for lots of puttering around the Duna system. Because we're going to have to go up and down multiple times in order to and top off a bit. So let's just budget ourselves 5 kilometers per second for the main ship with everything attached. A little bit. Okay. So if we this is just liquid fuel, plus if we put this as just liquid fuel, that's 4,700. We add this in as just liquid fuel. That's 5,700. Because also we're going to have I'll just go structural on uncoupling for this. So far, keeping hopefully that's the correct thing being attached. I think it is the correct thing being attached. Yeah, you can turn these off. There. Anyway, boop. Boop. Another. Yes, but I have not unlocked it yet, and it is longer than just adding a clampotron to the end. And let me check. So yeah, that part is this part. Okay, 0.3 tons. 3 tons versus 0.2 tons. It's longer, it's longer and heavier. Yes, it is science mode. This clampotron down connector is longer and heavier, so I'm not sure why I'd ever use it. Because it goes on, it looks just fine without the adapter bit. To be fair, the nuclear engine is on the previous science tier from the Clampotron Senior docking port. Well, yeah, it's on the previous tier from the Clampotron docking port. I'm not sure why you need metamaterials to make a larger docking port, but you do, so here we are. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. Anyway, in here, we're gonna want to just schlep in some stuff for mass. To weigh this down, then see. Yeah, this gives us more than enough delta V to do what we need to do. Ideally, we put in a slightly smaller tank here. So, yeah, anyway, let's work on okay. Then we want a different kind of RCS thruster. And to put these here. Okay. 2. And then control, we want this RCS thruster. Ooh, problem. We want something along these lines. Rotate a whoop. There we go. Boop. Boop. Okay. Want off. Off. Okay. And these guys, we want to align correctly, and these guys we want to align correctly. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Need to move these up a bit. A bit more. Boom, boom. Boop. Boom, boop. More, huh, apparently. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Also, we're going to launch this empty. So actually, we want these to be like pretty much all the way up here. These. These can actually go somewhere like here. They have the same actual toggles. Good. Oop. Now, one tick out. Tick out. And I'll just there. Station. Local. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, this one full should give us all the fuel we should need. Also delta V, RCS delta V, which is going to drop dramatically once we pump it full of fuel. Okay, cool. Pin. We'll stack. Yank this off. Open fuel tank. Open. Remember to not actually just open it, just merge. Oop. Done. Okay. Save. And then new IPV IPV Nuclear Thermal Drive Mark 1 Old drive. Okay. Again, structural. One of these. Grab a Lampotron. Okay. Electrical. Another battery bank. Random control. How much does a pod give? JD. Torque-wise, 5 torque. Does 5 torque. Okay, so a small inline reaction wheel is just fine for this. Probity. Okay. And what else? We want a fuel 2 monopropellant tanks and a fission reactor. Okay. And on the other side, the requisite 150 kilowatts worth of cooling. This makes 50. We can put 4 of these on. We are off center. We need some counterweight, and also, if we're going to be aerobraking, we need a heat shield for this. There. Heat shield. Anyway, do want to put a counterweight on. 0.3 tons of something. What is 0.3 tons and worth putting on the other side? A massive relay antenna is, but we're not going to put a relay antenna on our drive section. There. That's more like it. Anyway, now we have our drive. We need a way to maneuver it in space, which we will do via the power of cubic octagonal struts. Just so happens that pretty much right here is the center of mass. So okay. Perfect. And then he's right here. Right here. And boom. Actually, we'd want to put them here so that we don't blow RCS plume into our thermal control system. Granted, up there we're also going to be blowing RCS plume into our thermal control system, so I'm just going to not care. Okay. Now, why? There. Okay. Now it's everything's flat. Anyway. Okay. Now, if we pop open the overall stack, put this in, Ah. What RCS thrusters do we need to stick on the top bit in order to make it so that rotationally we don't make like 30 kilonewtons of offset thrust. Okay, and then that off. We make 10 kilonewtons of offset thrust directly down. I mean, this is pretty well balanced, all things considered. Oh, I didn't actually center all of these. Tight. Here. This can move down. Perfect. Okay. Anyway. Oh, actually, with this full, we make 11 kilonewtons. Ah, well. I mean, it's really not all that much excess thrust anyway. I'm only going to be using RCS rotation for short periods. Anyway, we do in fact have more than enough delta V for this. So let's just pop this off, and this off, deflate this down, and save this as the hab. Okay, now hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. I can't think that I could be forgetting. Yeah, I can't think of anything I would be forgetting, so let's launch this into orbit to assemble. Now, actually, when's the nearest Duna transfer window? I mean, because we should. Origin, Kerbin to Duna in 300 days. It's fine. So essentially, I think, how often do they occur? It's in pretty much a year, so I think we barely missed the last transfer window. But we can wait in Minmus orbit for however long it takes to get to the actual transfer window, so let's launch this. We want a fairing, for reasons that should be relatively obvious. 13 metric tons. Oh, speaking of which, how much is the overall stack? How much is the overall stack mass? Like 137 metric tons. 153 with that. And see how that's defueled. Okay. Laguna lander. Do we have this? Yeah, we want to launch it without any fuel in it, because that's just hauling extra stuff. Don't need at the moment. Oh wait, actually, we want to name. Oh, we can rename the thing whenever, but then I'll have to go through and rename. Here too. That's fine. I'm getting pretty tired. I think let's come up with a launch vehicle and then I'll end it off. This can act as a decoupler. So, a little bit wider fairing. Okay. Oop. 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 Fairing. Okay. Now, let's actually take a look at our LF tanker. See how much does it mass. Mass is 31 tons, but it doesn't actually have a fairing. Hab. Now let's go with this, because we need to essentially just get into orbit. $1,400 meters per second. That. Weight ratio 0.66. At least 2. Engine plate. Double. Act. This will be the first time I've made a quad poodle with this setup. Yeah, I think that should be a decent enough thrust-weight ratio. Okay. Fuel tanks. It's a medium length. Does a medium short length work? Yes. Cool. Then the trusty Schlep 5 skippers on it. It's us. More than enough delta V to get this into orbit. We don't need quite as good of a thrust weight ratio, so we can go with 4 skippers. And we'll want to deorbit this stage after, actually, so... Base back on. Enough power. And guidance to bring it back. Okay. Well, to deorbit it, because I don't want to just leave this hanging. Okay. And then structural launch stability enhancers. Okay. Okay. So, that's that. I'm starting to feel a bit tired, so well, I need to perform memory cleanup operations, aka sleep. So I'm gonna end it off here. Yes. Yeah. Show. Standard outro. Save it somewhere. I'd like remember it, but anyway. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Well, okay. Oh, geez, I messed this up. Okay. This stream is sponsored by following me on Twitter and liking and subscribing on YouTube and following me on Twitch and stuff. Yeah, do it, please. So I'm going to bid you all a good insert time zone relevant greeting here, and I guess next stream I'll carry on with starting to launch up all this stuff, actually. Yeah. Anyway, bye.